Hi, we're here for the second episode of Small Town with Big Tastes. We're at the Wequassett Resort and Golf Club. We're going to go in and meet with Chef James Hackney and talk about food at the Wequassett Resort and Golf Club. So I'm here with Chef James inside the kitchen at 28 Atlantic and the Wequassett Resort and Golf Club. Today we're going to learn how to make beef risotto with pistachios and feta. Chef, what do you want to tell us about what's been going on here at Wequassett?
Well, luckily we've had a fantastic summer. We've been very, very lucky with that. Loads of great weddings coming our way, loads of social guests. And as we go into the fall now, we're flipping the menu a little bit in 28 Atlantic. Some of the nice fall ingredients are coming in, and the pumpkins and the apples and the spices. But we also have some beautiful tastings coming up in the way of McClelland's whiskey.
That sounded fun.
Yes, yeah, we got some. We paired with them. We're going to be one of not many places in the whole of America that carry some of these very, very high-end whiskeys. So it's going to be a very unique tasting from kind of a middle-based McClelland all the way up to one that's going to be like $500 a shot. Really beautiful whiskeys.
Well, you guys always stand out above everybody else. That's what's so wonderful about 28 plus the other restaurants, the Wequassett. You just have this wonderful niche, and you're just having always a step above, and we're really proud of you guys.
Good, yeah, no,
that
thank
sounded
you.
wonderful. And then of course we go into Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness, one of the favorite times of the year for us. We do a wonderful buffet. We're setting up this year, and we're actually breaking. We have a beautiful big ballroom which is breaking down into 3 individual rooms, so you can rent your own private room for Thanksgiving. We're going to have the buffet set up in there for you, all family style. It's going to be gorgeous overlooking the bay.
That's a wonderful idea. You know, families may not want to be at home cooking, but also don't want to be in a big atmosphere, but they can have the luxury of having a smaller private area.
Yes.
At the resort here.
Yeah.
So, and that buffet is always a hit.
Yeah,
I
we're
know
very lucky to have
we've
that.
been a couple times with my mom and dad, and we've always enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Excited for that. And then, of course, holiday parties.
Yes, yeah, as we fall into the end of the season, we're lucky enough we slow down and close up. So just before we close up, we offer up some holiday parties. We've got local vendors, anybody in on the Cape or even off the Cape who want to come down.
So if anyone is planning a holiday party and you haven't made your plans yet, please reach out to Carlson here at the Wequassett, the Director of Catering and Conference Services. He'll walk you through the whole process, and it'll be a win for everyone. They'll be talking about it past the holidays. Now we're going to dive into making some risotto.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely one of the first things I ever learned to make in the kitchen. So we start off with a little bit of oil. And the thing about risotto that I like, or risotto, I can change my accent every now and again. I say, everyone always laughs when I say risotto, is it's very versatile. So it's kind of like the base to anything you want to have. You can add anything to it. So we always start off with a little bit of onions, and half a cup of onions we want to put in there to get rolling. And we'll also put about half a cup of the risotto. This is an arborio risotto, so again, slightly different than your regular rice you have at home. You're going to want to toast that off in there. Now this rice has quite a bit of starch in it, so it's going to release the starch, and it's almost, that's where you're going to get a lot of the flavours going to stick to that starchiness in there. So we'll start off with the onions, the risotto, and then we have a little bit of garlic. I just like to smash the garlic up a little bit, just release some of the flavours. Throw that in there. Give it kind of toasting a little bit in there. Start that off. One piece of butter about this big. Now the butter in there is going to start browning up and creating a little bit of a nutty flavour. We're going to start releasing some of the starches in the risotto, and then the onions are going to start caramelizing and getting sweet. So this is kind of what we call the building blocks for everything we build. So we always start with a little bit of the flavour. The garlic obviously has a lot of umami, it's going to add in there, and then we're going to just give that a stir so it doesn't burn up. And while I've set that up here, just let that burn up, I've also got a little bit of vegetable stock. So the vegetable stock we have here has some great ingredients in there. I can pull them out. One of our secret ingredients for our vegetable stock is...
so we're going to let out a secret?
Yes. Yeah, one big secret that we like to share with everyone is our seaweed, or our kombu.
Fabulous.
So we let that steep in there. We have to start that from cold, and then we bring it up. It's like a tea. We have some onions, celery, carrots in there, and then we just let that steep with the kombu. It really creates a great mouthfeel.
Now
That's what really helps out.
That secret ingredient, do you go out every morning into Pleasant Bay yourself?
Unfortunately, Japanese have been able to do it a lot better for us. So you can get this actually now in Whole Foods.
It's fabulous.
When I was cooking in Boston, I used to go to Whole Foods all the time to get the kombu. It seemed to be the only place that had it. But nowadays, a lot of people start to bring it on board. It's a really great, added ingredients for your food, and it kind of helps to develop flavor in the stock. Sometimes it becomes very watery, but this will give us a lot more of a flavor profile in it. So we just want to keep the risotto toasted up nicely here.
I have to say, I'm glad that you're doing this and we're not having me try to do it. It would not be a pretty experience. This looks wonderful.
Okay, so now as we go through there, we're just going to get a few pieces of thyme and rosemary. We want to throw those in there. I'm just going to leave them in hold, and then at the end we'll just pick them out. Sometimes leaving them there with the stems, I feel it just creates a little bit more of a flavor. A little bit of like parsley in there to cook the risotto. And the other secret ingredients for the beet risotto is a lot of people cook their beets and put them in there. We like to put them in there raw. So you're going to put them in there, you're going to see them change colour. They bleed a lot. Once you've cut them, as you can imagine, cut raw beets, they bleed out a lot. So we want to get a lot of that really bright red flavour and colour into the risotto as we go through it. And then at this point I'm going to actually add some salt.
You want pepper too?
Yep, let's grab the pepper. Put a little sprinkle of that in. So we want some of this to suck itself into the starch. The starch will open up and bloom, so we want to make sure we get all the salt and pepper into there at the same time. So you can see that now starting to kind of change colour a little bit.
A great fall dish with the colors.
Exactly, and as I said before, there's a lot of different things you can put in here as well. You can start with squashes, all the pumpkins you can start off with, and again, something raw. So you want to suck out a lot of the flavour from whatever you're putting in there. And then even in the summertime, we would break raw corn, put corn in there as well, and shave off some of the milk you get out of it. It really is kind of like I look at it as like a pasta. So anything you want to put in there, you just add flavour to it as well. And people sometimes get intimidated by risotto. Everyone's like, you've always got to keep stirring it, pouring it, how much do I put in there? But for me, and cooking in the kitchen, this is one of the first dishes I really did when I was in Boston. And the chef used to say to me, when we were really busy in the kitchen, he would say, he'd always be shouting us, we need the food, we need the food. And the risotto, he said, customers can always wait for risotto. So he'd always say to me, take your time, make it perfect, make sure you put all the flavours in there, and taking your time to get it out. So it's always one of the things I've grown up making while I've been in America.
One of my favorite dishes is risotto, and I could never cook it at home for sure.
Right.
So it's one of those, when you go out, you have to try it.
Yes.
To have the expert make it.
Exactly. And then one of the things you'll see once we get near the end of the dish is how loose we want it. A lot of people sometimes make it very stiff, but you almost need it to be like oatmeal. That's kind of like the best part, and that's a lot of the Italians would love to, is the best part of this. What we also I have here, which we're going to finish it off with as well, is going to be some cider. So this is just straight up apple cider, unpasteurized, which you normally get in the store. We're going to bring this to a boil. So I want to carry on those flavors of the risotto. So we're just going to put a sprig of thyme and rosemary in there as well. So we want to mimic the flavors that we're putting through here. We're going to bring that to a boil, and then we're going to strain that. So we have a kind of a clear reduction, and then that's what we're going to pour over the risotto at the end. So we're going to let that steam. So as this is trying to suck down now, we want to put in a little bit of acid. The acid is going to help to cut through some of the fat when we get to the bottom of it. So this is just a little bit of white wine. Splash in there.
A splash.
Yes.
That's one big splash.
That's what my wife says when I'm at home. She says, that's one big splash. So we want to make sure that we're getting a good amount in there. You can really see the colours change. See how beautiful that is. This always reminds me of the fall, going into Christmas, cranberries. So it really is a perfect combination this time of year. Definitely a lot of cooking when we do it in the winter. The fall season, the colours will dictate a lot of the dishes to us as well. With the leaves, the oranges and the browns, and everything we buy has that colour. And that's why when spring comes along, we really kind of yearn for greens. When the greens start popping and the grass starts growing, it really dictates a lot of the menu to us as we move through the seasons. So again, we just want to keep moving that around. And as you see, you don't have to. A lot of people worry. They're always like, stirring it. Yeah, so we just every now and again we'll give it a little bit of a shake. Just want to make sure the edges are coming down so we don't have loose rice kernels up at the edge. And we're just going to want those flavors to really start cooking through. So as you can see now, the wine is starting to reduce a little bit. And that's what we...
So it thickens it up.
Thickens it up a little bit. That's going to start burning off the alcohol in the wine. The beets again are going to release their flavors. The garlic's going to come through. The thyme and the rosemary is starting to break down. The aroma starts to
Chef, while you're cooking, let's also touch on, there are a number of different dining options here at Wequassett.
Yep.
We've got 28 Atlantic, of course, and then we have Thoreau's.
Yep.
Then down by the pool is the outer bar.
Grill. Yep.
And then
we have libations. Yep. And then we also have the verandas, which are an extension of 28 Atlantic and Thoreau's. So it's a little bit of a mix of both. We feel as though 28 Atlantic definitely is a special occasion there. Lots of birthday celebrations in there, and during the summer, somewhere where you can guarantee a spot. Not a lot of places on the Cape you can guarantee reservations, so that's one of the top spots that we like to have guaranteed reservations. But the verandas is the same type of style of menu, definitely a bit more casual, a different feel out there with a beautiful fall evening, even the spring, the summer. We offer a similar type of menu out there. We tend to attract a more large parties, people who just want to have a little bit more casual environment. But we always give them the best service, the same service all around the property, and I think that's what makes Wequassett special.
it is. There's this special culture that starts within, and then all of your guests feel it too, and embrace the wonderful experience that they get here. And no matter, again, like you said, at the different locations, for sure. So then we've got the dining, then of course we touched on some of the events, but what a great venue for weddings.
Absolutely, yes.
Family reunions, corporate events, whether you're doing a board retreat, team building, you pull in the parking lot, you can have it all.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we definitely, and again, going back to the culture, it oozes all through each event we do, from the groups to the social to the weddings. We have that same culture everywhere with all the service that we touch on. One of our best things that we have here is our heroic acts, where we like to be able to give something to the guests, make a memory with them, give them a gift, kind of give them a thank you for coming. And that's something that we've done very well here, and I think that's what keeps the
You really have, and it's incredible because one of my daughters and my favorite location is here. We look forward to it when we're here with the toast. She and I always get to stay over, but I've also experienced being here, walking around prior to our events, and hearing the interaction the staff has with the guests, different things. I can remember hearing one woman say she really wanted to have this book she had heard about on Oprah's book list, and she forgot it. One of the staff, the team members here, actually went out, got the book for her, and she had it in her room.
Right.
So those are the things that make Wequassett stand out. I don't know if part of in the job description you have to have a keen sense of hearing or what.
Right.
But they embrace everything and hear everything the guest wants. The extra special guest experience we were just talking about, they do feel it.
Right. And I think that's some of the key things here is definitely listening. Everybody wants to be heard, everybody wants to be listened. Whatever we can do to capture people's conversation and act on that is something. And then not only is it great for the guests, but even my daughter started working here this year, and she's only 16 years old. But the influence Wequassett had on her, of understanding how exciting it is to give someone a gift, and to see that reaction, and see the kids. She works in the children's centre, and to see the reaction on the kids' faces when you give them a stuffed toy or give them something special, they're blown away. And it really creates a beautiful experience. So as we were talking, I've just added a little bit more stock in here now, some of that wonderful vegetable stock with the pombu in there. So again, we're developing flavours. It's getting brighter and redder as we go through every single minute of this. So what each kernel's doing now is sucking in the flavour of the risotto and all that extra herbs, garlic in there. So each grain should have that individual flavour in there as well. And again, as you see, we don't need to be too over the top with it. Obviously, when we're working in the kitchen, we can have a couple of these sitting off to the side as we're preparing ourselves for the rest of the service. wonderful going from an independent restaurant to coming down to a resort. Very different change, and a good one for me because it was very intense in the kitchen, and to come down to the Cape and live and be within this culture was a whole different mindset for me. It really helped me understand how to work in a kitchen as well as run banquets, do weddings, and social events, but also to understand the aspect of working with the guests and the customers is something where I've very much been stuck in the kitchen, but now I have time to get out a little bit, meet people, collaborate, make memories and see return guests come down, and also have that aspect of not having just to be fine dining, but you have this beautiful out-of-bar grill, which we can offer some Mediterranean-style ingredients, some local fare, the fried clams, the lobster. I don't think I've cooked so much lobster in my life until I came out of Cape Cod. We were pretty good in Boston, but when you come to the Cape, that was definitely something where I was like, wow, you can put lobster on about anything and it'll sell. So it was a very neat experience to be able to come down, change my vision on kind of my career, where I wanted to go. I thought it was very much an independent restaurants, but being able to come down to a hotel and a resort and still feel like you work for a family. Everyone around us were very local, close to each other, and then the seasonality of the staff is something really impressive, especially for the Cape. It's huge for us to service our guests, to have this transient staffing model that goes from Florida to ski country and come back to us again. And some of the staff have been with us longer than I have, 15, 20 years. And they're so dedicated to coming to the Cape. They love it here. We travel all over Jamaica, or Florida, or Eastern Europe, bringing in all these staff and students. And we've had so many students come in from all different parts of the country, Montenegro, Italy, Ireland, and even myself came on a J1 visa.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's how I started in America in Western Mass.
Sure.
So it was a great experience for me to come, experiencing the foods that when I first came to America, I didn't know what to expect, but the culinary scene just blew up and that just kind of carried me a long way. And I think the way the warmth of Harwich and the Cape, that people accept all these kids coming down for the summer, bring them into their homes, have so many jobs available for them down here. It's such an amazing experience for a young individual to get out their own country.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
and they're also highly educated as well, so they're coming over here and teaching all of us things.
Right. Yeah. It's fascinating meeting these children and talking to them and saying, oh, I'm going home to be a dentist, or I'm going home to be an engineer, and they're here running food for us, and they love seeing that side of stuff as well, learning about the kitchen and the culture and servicing the guests. It's been an amazing experience to get some of those students in.
I love the color of it.
Yeah, it's really starting to pop now. You'll still start to see them swell up a little bit.
Right.
Once we get to a certain point, I'm just going to maybe pull out those herbs.
Sure.
So we can finish off with a little.
It's fabulous.
Great. Let's try a little bit of the liquid right now. I know we're not even close to it, but I always like to keep trying and tasting where we're at. And I always encourage the young chefs to make sure they're trying their food as they go along, because you can adapt and change things as you get to a certain point, but when you get to the end of a dish, you haven't been trying it the whole time, then there's nothing you can do to change up, fix that. That's definitely something that we want to make sure the guests come here. It's a lot of chefs want to do the plating and make it look pretty, but if you can't just wow people with the flavor and the balance of flavor, that's where a true chef comes into play. These little pearls right now should be still pretty tough. I think we're about halfway there now. We can really start tasting that rosemary. What I'll probably do is take some of those herbs out right now, because you start to really come through with the flavors. So we don't want that to get any stronger.
Right.
You don't want them biting into those pieces of thyme. One of the tricks we do as well in the service is what we could almost do is we would get this to a certain point, we'd stop it cooking, we'd spread it out onto a sheet pan, pull it down. So if you're ever going to do a dinner party or if you're cooking at home, cook it halfway, pull it down, and then when everyone would come or you wanted to start dinner service, that's what we do in some of our functions. We put it back in the pan and then we keep cooking it again, just because we have to balance out the timing. So when we do risotto for a big wedding or a function, we'll cook it halfway, cool it down, and then when we go to do the event, we start it back up again, and then we finish it off with all the rest of the ingredients. It's definitely a labor of love to keep watching the risotto cooking.
I know.
Can't take our eyes off it. I think my eyeballs are getting as red as the risotto right now. But it's getting there as you keep warming up and start going down. We just want a little bit more stock to come down, and then we're going to finish it off a little bit more.
And I think, if I understand, we're going to add pistachios and feta to this.
Yes, so what we're going to do is put that on right at the end.
Right.
Making dishes and then cooking with young cooks and even cooks we talk about and have conversations with. It's not only about flavor, it's about texture, it's about balance of acid, how much creaminess you want in there. And always try and slow some of the young cooks down to say, stop for a minute, taste it. What's in there? What do you feel? What's the mouthfeel? What's the texture? Is there anything that reminds you of anything in the past? Because a lot of cooking I find is definitely things you've had as a child, grown up with. Why do you like things so much? Why do we love pizza so much? Because of that beautiful cheese, that saltiness in there, and then the tomatoes have a lot of what we call umami now. This is one of those fifth flavors which is really coming to the forefront. So it's always about slowing down and making sure you're not rushing into cooking and you're tasting all the time. Because once a guest comes in and eats, they're sitting down, they're relaxed, and they're going to take time to try that. So we want to try and encourage our cooks to make sure that they're slowing down to do that at the same time.
I was excited to hear that we were doing something with beets. I haven't had beets since I was a child, and kind of I loved them as a child. So this was exciting to hear. Oh wow! Because you don't hear many places that cook with beets. So this was a fun choice for us.
Yeah, definitely. And we just tend to do like a beet salad, obviously goat cheese and beets, and something creamy like that. Very, very goes well together. And a lot of dishes like a classic beet, goat cheese, and walnut salad.
Right.
Something which is very, very traditional. It's somewhat of a spin. We're changing the walnuts for pistachio nuts. We're using a bit of feta instead of goat cheese, just got a little bit more acid to it. But then that's kind of where when we build dishes, that we try and think of things we've done in the past, and things that have been created many, many years ago, that we think, okay, what can we change and match up, because we know these combinations work so well together. We're almost getting there now. Just a little bit more stock. And then we can start adding all the creaminess and all the things people don't want to put in, like butter and cheese and parmesan.
Sure.
All the stuff that makes it taste so good. Go.
Okay, we're back checking on the color, the texture.
Yep, so we're getting there now. It's all kind of swollen up. You can see the Oreo rice is swelling up a little bit in there now.
Exactly, that looks bad.
So what I'm going to do is just pick out some of those chunks of garlic again, so they don't kill any vampires. We want to make sure everyone leaves the taste of beets and not just the garlic. So we're almost there now, I think. This is the bit where it gets special. You kind of have to feel and see where we're at. So we're getting a good consistency. We want it still, again, like I said, we don't want that big clumpy risotto. We want to have it nice and loose. And then this is where we're going to add all the fun stuff now. So I'm going to put a chunk of butter in there. Stir that in. So what the butter's going to do, we don't want it to boil now. We want the butter to emulsify in there. So the butter's going to emulsify. It's going to start creating the flavor of the beets.
I see that butter. I can just taste it.
Exactly, and you can see how it's gone from kind of watery. It's starting to thick it up now. The butter will emulsify that. And that's what's going to create all the great flavors in it. So we just want to work that around again, making sure it doesn't get too hot. And again, I'm seeing how that's thickening up now.
Right.
It's getting a little looser. Now let me put maybe one more chunk in there, I think. And the good thing about the arborio now is it's slowing down the cooking. It's really going to start sucking everything in. It's really going to start thickening up and absorbing those flavors. And that butter is going to create a really beautiful, rich risotto. So just toss that. You can see it kind of just melting away into the risotto. And you can see you're going to get a little bit of that wave. What we want to do, a little bit of sour cream in there. get a little bit of the tartness. You can have the richness of fresh Parmesan cheese. You don't want to use all of that to finish a little bit of that at the end. And again, this is where we're going to let it thicken up. You still want a little bit of a bite in the risotto. You never want it to have that kind of like mushy flavor or just the kernel break down in your mouth. You want to have a little bit of a bite in there. I put even maybe cheese in. Turn it into that kind of pink flavor now. So put a little bit of that in. Then put a squeeze of lemon juice just to help with the balance of the acid. Because you're starting to put so much fat in there now, it's going to get very, very rich. And to make that become a lot flavorful, you want to put a little bit of the lemon juice in there. And the trick now is to cover this up. You just want to let that sit for 5 minutes. So what we're going to do here right now is this is
That's the cider.
Yeah. Straight the cider. We just got a shin bar, and then we have a little bit of a coffee filter in there. So we pour that through there. You can see as that's coming through now, we're creating a little bit of a apple consomme, we like to call it in the kitchen. Just letting that go down there. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit by just squeezing the coffee filter. Nice and hot, but you can really smell the apple in there now. You can smell a little bit of the rosemary now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it really helps to bring out the more flavor. What I like to do is with a little bit of the apple cider I have down now, we're just going to want to reduce it a little bit. So again, it's like a lot of things we do with our stocks and chicken stocks. So we want to intensify the flavor. So we're going to bring that down. So it's almost going to turn into a little bit of syrup. And we're going to trickle over. Let's come back to the risotto. You can see it's kind of like relaxed a little bit.
Right.
Up. Take some squeeze. Chives in there, give it a little bit of colour. You want to give it a little bit of flavour. Stir that a couple more times. And again, this is the point where you don't want it to boil because you've got so much butter in there now.
Right.
Flavour. That's going to come up. Taking out some of the liquid one more time. A little bit of that richness on there. And I think this thing can go for a little bit more cheese. Go back in. Cheese. Then we just do a little touch of truffle oil. There's a little bit of that earthiness, mushroom flavour. And mushroom risotto is probably one of the favourites, one of my most favourite ones that are in there. Probably one of the most traditional ones in Italy, because truffle season comes in. Everybody likes to shake truffles on the risotto. And then I'll trick the Italians had as well, as they used to put their truffles in with their rice. So they put it in there with the risotto, white truffles, black truffles, so the aroma would suck into the rice. Because as you know, when your phone gets dropped in water, the first thing you do is put it in the rice to try and get the moisture out. So they would do that with the truffles, and then the rice would become have a beautiful, beautiful white truffle flavor. One more time, we've got the apple cider going. Then we're just going to plate it a little bit. I think I have a plate. That's good. Sweet from China we get to use, which we're very lucky with.
That's beautiful.
Stand out. We always tell the chefs, you want to make sure it kind of hits in the plate. We want to make sure it kind of oozes out a little bit. Again, we don't want it to be stiff. We want it to be very loose. So much so you can kind of like wiggle the plate a little bit. Yeah, finish it off. So as you spoon into it, you're
Right.
going to get that beautiful kind of crunch, nuttiness over the top. A little bit of the feta cheese to get that richness. Just to work the edges. We're obviously obsessed with perfection, so we want to make sure nothing is left to look sloppy on the plate. Finish off a little bit of this apple cider. This is just going to be a little well around the edge.
Oh, wow.
And then as you start diving into your risotto, this is going to start oozing into the risotto, and you're going to get a beautiful sweetness to match that tartness on the feta cheese. So you're ready to join me in the bite.
Absolutely.
Dive in.
So we're going to want a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you're going to get a little bit around the edge.
Yeah, the pistachio. Watch me burn my tongue. Oh, wow.
Good.
That's fabulous.
There's still a little bit of crunch in the risotto, a little bit of bite in the beets as well. That's what
But
we
you
don't
taste it all. You taste the beets, everything that you did. That is incredible.
And then one more little bit of feta on there when it comes out.
And butter.
Good.
Wow.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Chef, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is wonderful to spend the time with you, learn more about Wequassett, but to taste another incredible meal.
Thank you very much.
Fabulous. Always here and enjoying the culinary fabulous delights of Chef James and the Wequassett Resort and Golf Club.